This past weekend, we gathered to reflect on the anniversary of a national tragedy. The visible and invisible wounds incurred on that day continue to impact the lives of all of us. In the last 2 decades since 9/11, our nation has demonstrated enormous resilience, imponderable sacrifice, and pursued justice in dangerous lands, often under perilous conditions. We've asked our service members to do so very much to keep us safe, and they've responded with uncommon courage. Last month, 13 of our nation's finest upheld their sacred oath at the cost of their lives. They were struck down by the cowardice of terrorists, while at the same time they were helping innocent Afghan civilians reach a better life. Over 100 Afghan civilians were also killed on August 26th in that terrorist attack at the Kabul airport, and many more were grievously wounded. We also hold in our hearts the American service members who suffered those terrible injuries that day. On September 11th, 2001, Taylor Hoover from Sandy, Utah, was just 11 years old. 9 years later, he was a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps. He would go on to serve 3 tours of duty in Afghanistan and earn both the respect of his fellow soldiers abroad and the admiration of those who knew him well and loved him here at home. As we recently gathered in Salt Lake City to mourn the life of Staff Sergeant Hoover, it was clear that this deep admiration was shared by thousands of the people of Utah. While our hearts were heavy with grief as his family shared their memories of Staff Sergeant Hoover, they were embraced by the crowd one by one as the ceremony concluded, and our communal bonds emerged ever stronger. Another brave Utahn also risked his life and sustained life-threatening injury while supporting the evacuation operations at the Kabul airport that day. Our nation thanks you, Corporal Wyatt Wilson, and we pray for your complete and speedy recovery. You and your brothers and sisters in arms have answered the call to serve with valor and devotion, and your service rendered continues to protect us to this day. Let us carry forward these shared values and reflections on sacrifice in our daily lives and endeavor to strengthen our national bonds of unity. May God bless our nation's fallen and our wounded, and may He bless also their families and all the service members who are today in harm's way. We're indebted to those known for their bravery, sacrifice, and heroism. Thank you, Madam President.